Good morning. We will start session 2 on chapter Visualizing Solid Shapes. So in the first session we understood about different types of two-dimensional, three-dimensional figures. We identified them. Along with that, we also had to understand what is the front face, what is the front view, side view and top view of the given solid shapes. So in the second session, in the second part of this lesson, we will study something about faces, vertices and edges. Moreover, I can tell we will study about a polyhedron. Now, what is a polyhedron? A polyhedron is a solid bounded by polygonal regions. Now, what is this? Now, suppose if I talk about, we have seen a cylinder, right? Now, what are the different faces of a cylinder? Or if I talk about, first I talk about a cylinder, okay? So, have you all seen a cylinder? When we talk about a cylinder has two circular faces, one at the top and one at the bottom. Then it has one curved surface, right? That is a cylinder. And when I talk about a cube now, so a cube will have curved surface or a flat surface, cube or a cuboid. So a cuboid and a cube will have flat surfaces, right? So how many flat surfaces? One at the top, one at the bottom, and you can see the four walls. So total 6 flat surfaces, same as the cuboid. So when we talk about these surfaces, they are nothing but faces, right? About vertices we talk. Vertices are nothing but the, what you can see here is these, where they meet, vertex. Edges are nothing but the line segment which joins the vertex of the given solid figure. So we are going to discuss about that. On that, when we discuss, a polyhedron is a solid bounded by a polygonal faces. Now polygonal faces means what? For example, if I talk about a tetrahedron, different types of polyhedron these are. Tetrahedron, cube is also a, what you can say, a polyhedron. Why? Because what are the faces of the cube? See, it has totally 6 faces, right? But each face is nothing but a square. So how many square faces does a cube has? A cube has 6 square faces. That means cube is also a polyhedron which is bounded by 6 square, I can tell, 6 polygonal faces, right? Then next, cuboid is also the same thing. I cannot tell that it is bounded by 6 square. It is bounded by 6 rectangular faces, I can tell, right? So similarly, when I talk about a tetrahedron, so tetrahedron has actually 4 triangular faces. When we talk about a polyhedron will have at least 4 or more faces, not less than that. A lesser than that will not become as a polyhedron. That you have to keep in mind. So, definition of a polyhedron and different types of a regular polyhedron, I will again send that in the PDF. The next main important here, what we have to understand in this lesson is prism. What is a prism and what is a pyramid? A prism is a polyhedron, I can tell, with the same, or a prism is a polyhedron with number of polygonal faces. Now, what type of polygonal faces? Let's understand here. Now, for example, cube is a prism, cuboid is a prism, or I can tell this as a square based prism. Okay, this I can also tell this as a rectangular based prism, triangular based prism, pentagonal based prism, anything, octagonal based prism. What do you mean by this, children? Now see. Now always remember, What are the faces of a prism? A prism is identified based on the base and the top. Now, okay, let me take a cube. Why did I call a cube as a square base prism? Because what is the base of the cube? Square. Right? What is the top of the cube? It is square. Remember, a prism will always have a base and a top, right? The base and the top are the congruent polygons, what I can tell. Now, what do you mean by congruent polygon? They are the same. If this is the square, this also should be the square. Then, what about the other four faces? Now, always remember when we talk about a cube has four walls, I will tell. One roof and one floor, example, okay? So, always the base and the top is the same. Based on that, we identify the prism. If the base is a square, top also has to be square. Then what about the side faces? Now, side faces are always rectangle in a prism. Since it is a square based prism here, so cube can also be called as a prism because every face will represent a square only. Okay? Rectangular based prism. Now, cuboid when I talk about, base is a rectangle. Top is a rectangle. Same, they are polygonal to each other. What about the other faces, children? Other four faces there here. Four faces have rectangular shape. Okay? Triangular prism. Why do I call this as a triangular prism? Now, triangular prism because the base is triangle. What about the top? Top is also triangle. Then what about faces? Faces will be rectangle. How many rectangle? Let us again count from the beginning. Okay, I'll come to a cube. First of all, a cube is nothing but a square base prism when I am talking about. Base is square, top is square. How many faces will it have? Square only. It will have four faces, right? So 4, 5, 6. Total, only faces I am talking here. 6 faces. Rectangle also 6 only. Base is rectangle, top is rectangle, then 4 faces are again rectangle. Come to triangular base prism. Base is triangle, top is triangle. 2 I will write here. Plus, it is a triangular based prism. So, how many faces can a triangle have? 3, right? So, how many rectangles? 3 rectangles. Total how many faces? 5 faces. Pentagonal prism. Base is pentagon, top is pentagon. How many faces? 2 faces. Plus, how many are faces surrounding them here? So, these are actually called as lateral faces, we know that, and top and bottom together when we take they are called as total surfaces. So, top and bottom is pentagonal faces. What about the lateral faces? It's a pentagon. How many sides it has to have? 5. So, how many rectangular faces it has to have? 5. Understood about faces here? So, prism, to identify face, edges, vertices, I'll teach that later again. So, how do we identify a prism? We identify a prism based on the base and the top. Top and base are always congruent. Octagonal prism, let's just write. How many faces it will have? First of all, top and bottom, 2 octagons, right? Plus, how many rectangular faces it will have? 8. It has 10 faces. This is how you identify the faces of a prism. Let's come to a pyramid. A pyramid is also a polyhedron, but it has only a base named on that particular polygon, and the bases, all the edges of that, what you can say, will join at a particular point that is called as a vertex. So, suppose if I have to draw a pyramid, what I can say here is, have you all seen a pyramid, children? So, it will not have a flat surface at the top. It will have a triangular thing which will join at the end always, right? That is a pyramid. A pyramid is a polyhedron whose base is a polygon and lateral faces are triangle. Now, why lateral faces are triangle? A pyramid will go and join like this, right? How do we identify a pyramid? A pyramid is identified based on the bases. Square base pyramid, rectangular base pyramid, triangular base pyramid, pentagonal base pyramid. Whatever is the base, that is the pyramid. How many faces it will have now? Let us just check. This was for a prism. This was for a pyramid. A square-based pyramid. First of all, one is the polygonal base, which is a square. Square means how many sides it has? 4, right? So how many triangles it has to have? Of course, 4 triangular faces it has to have. Plus 4. This again the same thing. 5. Triangular based pyramid. Base is a triangle. One face. How many faces it will have in this manner? Since it's a triangular base, it can have only 3. So plus 3 is 4. Pentagonal base pyramid. Base will have 1 pentagon. How many sides a pentagon will have? 5 sides. So how many triangular faces it will have? 5. Octagonal based pyramid. 1 octagonal base it will have, right? And how many faces will it join and make a 1 vertex there? 8. So these are all about faces what we are talking, and how to identify a pyramid and how to identify a prism. Okay. So based on this, we have a polyhedron. To identify a polyhedron, or how many faces, vertices and edges are there, there is a verification, or there is a formula which is called as Euler's formula. Euler's formula for verification of the faces, vertices and edges. What does Euler's formula tells us? Euler's formula tells us that when we add faces and vertices, it is E plus 2. F plus V is equal to E plus 2. It has to satisfy this condition. The number of faces plus vertices when you add will be always equal to the edges plus 2. That is the formula for Euler's verification for number of faces, vertices and edges. Now for example, if I have to talk about a prism, let me have to talk about a cuboid. How do we identify the number of faces, vertices and edges? So, okay, since it's a cuboid, how many faces, children? We have already done 4, 5, 6. So this is 2 plus 4 is equal to 6. Vertices are nothing but these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Edges are the line segment where the vertices meet. Count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 plus. Here also. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus 4. Now the remaining, you should not overread them once again. 4 over, count this. I'll just put a dash mark. 1, 2. This part is already counted as a square. 3, 4. Right? That is how you actually count. See, these 1, 2, 3, 4 are counted here. 1, 2, 3, 4 are already counted here. Check for the Euler's formula verification. F plus V is equal to E plus 2. F is what? 6 plus 8 is equal to 12 plus 2. 14 is equal to 14. Verified Euler's formula. This is how we verify the Euler's formula. So children, now you can give the heading as polyhedron only. I will send a PDF what you have to write about all these things. I will directly move to the exercise now. Definitions, all these about faces, vertices, edges, everything you will get in a small PDF what to write about the definitions point of view. We'll quickly start with an exercise. It's a very small exercise and we'll also finish the chapter, that is, we will end the chapter today. Let's quickly begin. Some things are only to be marked in your book. So look at the first one. Now, as we already discussed, minimal number of faces a polyhedron can have. How many? A polyhedron is named only if it has 4 and more faces. Less than 4 or more, no, it cannot be called, because each face will represent a polygon. If it has 3, it cannot be. Can a polyhedron, you have to only answer this yes, no here. Mark this in your book only. Later you can write this in your notebook. Can a polyhedron have for its faces 3 triangles? First one is no. It cannot have 3 triangles. It should have minimum 4 triangles. It can be called as a tetrahedron, right? Not less than 3. Minimum 4 faces a polyhedron should have, remember. Can a polyhedron have for its faces 4 triangles? Yes. Third one, a square and a 4 triangles. Yes. Now when I talk about, just I am telling you, it can have 4 triangles. Then this will become a prism. No, sorry, it can have 4 triangles. What we can call, it can have a square and a 4 triangles. Then 4 triangles when we call about, it can be called as a tetrahedron also. A square and a 4 triangles. It is nothing but a pyramid. They have not asked, so let's not name this. So first one, it cannot have 3 triangles. No. It can have 4 triangles. Yes. It can have a square and a 4 triangles. Yes, it can have. Next one, is it possible to have a polyhedron with any of the given number of faces? Here what they are asking, possible, if can a polyhedron have, is it possible to have a polyhedron with any given number of faces? Think of a pyramid, hint they have given. So can anything be called as a polyhedron? It is just a repetition of the first main question here, children. What you have to write is, it is possible only if the number of faces is greater than or equal to 4. Any given number of faces can't be called as a polyhedron. Minimum 4 or more it should have to be called as a polyhedron. That's the answer. Third main is again simple. They have not asked us why. We'll only explain this. Which are the prism among the following? Now a nail can't be a prism because a nail has a pointed end. A prism will not have a pointed end. Prism will have a flat end, both top and bottom. Look at the second one, unsharpened pencil. Why have they mentioned unsharpened pencil? Assume that this is a pencil, okay? This pencil has one flat at the bottom and one pointed tip. So it can't be called as a prism here because a prism will not have a pointed tip. Assume that it is unsharpened, means it is like this. It has a flat end here as well as a flat end here also. Can it be called as a prism? Yes, it can be called as a prism. Unsharpened pencil, not the sharpened one. So which of the following are the unsharpened pencil? Which are the prism among the following? Unsharpened pencil, that is second one. Third one is a table weight. Look at the shape of the table weight. It has a pointed end at the tip. Can it be a prism? No. It should have a flat surface. So third one is not. Look at the fourth one. It is a box. Is it a prism? Yes. Why? Because they have flat ends. That's all. You have to just answer unsharpened pencil and a box. How are prism and cylinder alike? How are pyramids and cone alike? Now, how are prism and cylinder alike here? I will just explain this orally, then I will send you these 2 answers in the PDF to be written. See now, when we talk about a cylinder and first of all when we talk about a prism, they are alike in one point, both are solid figures. Point number 1. Point number 2, when we see that they both have flat surfaces at the both alike. They are not different from each other. How they are alike, what we have to answer is, they have both flat surfaces. But how can it be a prism? There are 1 or 2 lines what you have to explain and write. I will send that in a PDF to you. Similar as a question, pyramid and cones are alike. Both have a what you can say pointed end which meet at a one particular point vertex. That is one. And again both are solid figures, right? So both of these definitions I will send you in the PDF what to write. Now we'll move to the fifth one. Is square prism same as a cube? So just now we had that in our explanation. Is square prism same as a cube? Yes, a square prism is same as a cube because this also I will be sending you in the PDF, children. I will explain this part. A square prism is same as a cube, right? Why? Because the cube also has 4 faces and all the faces of the cubes are square. A square prism also has 4 faces plus 2 on top and bottom, 6 it will make. But those faces are also square again, base as well as top. Total how many faces both will have? 6. Out of that 6, your base and the top is in the shape of a square. Other faces are also square, same as a cube and same as a prism. So that is why a square prism is same as a cube. I'll send this in the PDF. So 4th and 5th one I'm sending this in the PDF to you. So that's what I told in the beginning of the chapter. There is nothing much what I can do the board work in this chapter. Now next, verify Euler's formula for this solid. 6th one. So according to the figure given here it is a pentagon. Let me just highlight these points. Okay. Let me just try to draw this. Okay. Verify Euler's formula, children. So first of all, for that faces we want how many faces? Now first of all, see how to know, because a given figure is not a 3-dimensional, then how can you identify the faces? The hint here is, first of all, it's a prism. We have understood that. What type of a prism? Can we write it here first of all? It is a, how to know? See, of course it is not looking like a rectangle because I have drawn in the adjustment even in your book. But actually when you see a pentagonal prism, it's a pentagon and the faces are rectangle. So it is a pentagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is a pentagonal prism. Faces. Top face 1 face, bottom 1. So I will write here first 2 plus 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom. How many faces it will have? Since it's a pentagon, 5, 7. Understood how to write? So next is vertices. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What 5 you can see at the top you have written. 5 in the top, bottom also 5 will be there, children. 5 plus 5. Yes? So it is 10. Very simple to count vertices actually. 5 points at the top and 5 points at the bottom. With that we join the line segment. There are 10 vertices. Edges. Edges also first of all what we will do is 5 at the top we will count. 5 at the bottom we will count. Line segments. 5 plus 5. Okay. How many faces it will have? Count here now. Don't over count it. I'll just put one tick mark. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 4 is there. There will be one more line. This is already the line. This is already the line what you can't see behind. One more line will actually come from the behind part. So it is 5. 15. Understood how to count it? Be very careful in counting. Euler's formula. Verify they have given, right? So Euler's formula, first we will write the formula, that is F plus V is equal to E plus 2. We'll first find LHS part, whether it is satisfying or no. Is equal to F plus V is what? 7 plus 10 is equal to 17. RHS E plus 2. 15 plus 2. This implies F plus V is equal to E plus 2. 17 is equal to 17. It satisfies. Same as in the 6th week they have given us one more figure. I'll take this as A and this as B here. Let me try to draw that figure actually. So here we have a triangle. This will meet. This I will draw it and I will have a straight line accordingly. I have tried to draw. Okay. Now look at the figure, children. What is this? Is this a pyramid? Is this a prism, or what is this? This is a combination of a prism and a pyramid, I can tell. So what I can tell this figure as, this is a figure of, first of all, base is a cuboid. Instead of cuboid, we use the name as a square based, or it is a prism. Square based prism plus, I will write here, a square based prism need not be a cube, but a cube is a square based prism. Why? Because in a square based prism, this and this is square, but the faces can be rectangle. If the faces are also square, then it is called a cube, children. Got my point? So this is a square based prism plus square based pyramid. Okay, there are two solid figures. That means I am verifying Euler's formula for prism, pyramid. I am adding together and verifying Euler's formula here. Try to identify. Because a pyramid will not be like this. A pyramid, if this is pyramid, only top portion is pyramid. As we had discussed, the base is a square. Remaining are the four faces which is in the triangular face. Put together totally, let us identify the faces, vertices and the edges. Euler's formula in your book is also given in another way, like that is f plus v minus, it is also mentioned like this. Anything is seen. I have just shifted E that side. Some books they have followed like this and some books we have followed like this. Both are correct, children. Okay, let us identify the faces first of all. Now it is anyhow a square based prism, right? How many faces it will have? First, it has 1 at the base, will count, plus 4 lateral faces it has, count. Don't count the top because top is taken with that. How many triangular faces it has? 4. Total it has 9 faces. That's why 1 plus 4 plus 4 I have written. Easy for you to identify and count also. Vertices, let me just highlight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 1. So 4 plus 4 plus 1, 9. Very clear? Let me talk about edges now. Edges are nothing but the line segment where the vertex of that particular thing meet. So first of all here 1, 2, 3, 4. Then remaining top these 4 things. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus 4. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 16. Okay, let's verify Euler's formula. I'll do it in this only. Shall I rub this one part? Okay. Euler's formula f plus v is equal to e plus 2. F plus v, 9 plus 9 is equal to 18. E plus 2. 16 plus 2 is equal to 18. Euler's formula is verified. We need to write that. Thus, Euler's formula is verified both for figure A as well as figure B. See, I'll just show you with the formula what they have given in book. F plus V minus E is equal to 2. LHS is this. F is what, children, here? 9. V is 9 minus 16. Okay, how much do we get here? We get here 18 minus 16, 2 is equal to 2. Both are same. The formula which they have given in the book, or you can use. And this is the known formula. In some books they have given f plus v is equal to e plus 2. And some books they have given f plus v minus e is equal to 2. Equally correct formula for Euler's verification. There is a table given here. Euler's formula to find the unknown. I think you will be able to do this. See, faces you have to find where vertices is given, edges is given. Apply Euler's formula. unknown values to be found out. So 7th main is for the homework. Last one, I'll just show you one if you want. One example I'll just show you here by applying the formula what they have given in your book only. We know that f plus v minus e is equal to 2. This is the formula. Given here faces we have to find vertices is 6 minus edges is 12 is equal to 2. So 6 minus 12 is f minus 6 is equal to 2. F is equal to 2 plus 6. F is equal to 8. Okay, this is the first one how I have done it. Remaining the fill in the blanks part, you can finish it. Not as a table, you have to do it in this manner only. And the last one. Can a polyhedron have 10 faces? We need to check, children. So they have given us faces is 10, edges is 20, vertices is 15. Can a polyhedron have this? Let us just check. How to check? It should satisfy Euler's formula. Otherwise, no. So we know that f plus p is equal to e plus 2. Let us substitute. F is how much? 10 plus 15 is equal to e is 20 plus 2. 25 is not equal to 22. Therefore, the given faces, wedges and vertices cannot be a polyhedron. That's all. If it would satisfy, it is a polyhedron. If it doesn't satisfy, it is not a polyhedron. So very clear. So in the second part of the session, usually the questions will be asked on Euler's formula here and about identification of a prism, pyramid and how many faces, vertices, edges will all these solid figures have. So with this we complete this chapter, visualizing solid shapes. I'll again repeat, starting definition of the polyhedron and some basic points I'll send you in the PDF. Along with that, from the exercise 4th, 5th one, I will send those answers also in the form of the PDF. Remaining, you all know how to do it. A small homework I have given, please complete it.